Okay, so this is a continuation for the second subtopic. So these are some of the graphs of photoelectric experiment. So the first variation of the photoelectric current with voltage is this one. So this one is when the intensities is different, but the frequency is still fixed. Okay, so this is the first intensity, and then the second intensity is this one. So from this experiment conducted, the photoelectric current is shown to be directly proportional to the intensity of the radiation lah. So basically, the greater the sorry, wait, how do I say this? Okay, so basically the bigger the photoelectric current, the brighter ataupun no, the more intense the light will be lah. Okay, so basically it's directly proportional. And then untuk radiation that has different frequencies, tapi now the intensity pula it's fixed. Okay, so the intensity here is fixed, tapi dia punya frequency starts differently. Okay, so this one we can see from the Einstein photoelectric equation. These are the relationship untuk dorang lah. Okay, so how do I say this? Wait, frequency, but intensity is fixed here. Okay, so if this intensity is fixed, basically it follows the Einstein photoelectric equation lah. Okay, so our Y is for the stopping potential, and then the gradient is telling us about this one here, and then the y-intercept is the work function over the electron charge. Okay, yeah, so if the stopping potential is equal to 0, which is at this point here, it would the work function would be equal to the hf lah, where f is the threshold frequency. Okay, and then next is when for different metals of cathode, but the intensity and frequency are fixed. Okay, so this would lead to the work function to be different lah. Okay, so you can see the work function is different, intensity is still fixed. Okay, so if we look at the Einstein photoelectric equation, actually I've left out something here. I'll add it before I'll upload the notes lah. I think it should be this one. Okay, so basically the the x-intercept is telling us about the energy of a photon in the electromagnetic radiation. Okay, all right, and the gradient is just this one. What else? This is the variation of stopping voltage with frequency of the radiation. So now the other different metals of cathode, tapi the intensity is still fixed. So since the work function is equal to this equation here, we can then say that the work function is actually directly proportional to the threshold frequency. Okay, so we can say that this graph is basically the graph mathematically can be written as the one shown here lah. Okay, sometimes they would ask you to draw this type of graph as well as this one, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, right, so this pula is some of the experimental punya outcome lah untuk the failure of wave theory of light. So basically, this one you can read it on your own. I don't have to read it for you lah, because I've explained it well in each of this. Okay, right. Yeah, so that is the very end of our chapter number 9.